Hello and welcome to the AFL Auto Blends 3D car creation channel. This is the next in the 1905 Star Gordon Bennett tutorial series, and in this episode this will be the first part of doing the spokes. So let's get into it. So if we look here quickly at the reference images, that's the rear. The top one. So this is what we're trying to achieve, something like this. So in this episode I'll create one spoke, and then in further episodes the next episode I will create an array modifier and get the spokes to go all the way round. So we've done this piece, which is that, and so we'll get a spoke, and then in another episode there'll be shaping of this and shaping of that. If you can see, there's just a slight indentation there. You can see it there. So it's a slight curve. So that's what we'll be doing. So let's get into it. So go into side view and put on the blueprints for what it's worth. There's 12 spokes, so what I'll be doing is creating one that is here, and then just eyeball to see if it's the right size. Connect it to the top and bottom. Now I don't want to have vertices running through objects, so I don't want any intersecting anywhere. So what we'll do is I'll use the snapping tool to snap vertices here. Because again, if I create a gap in here and put there'll be a lot of reworking, because the subsurface is made this perfectly round, so why mess that up? So what we'll do is snap the bottom vertices to here and the top vertices to there. Anyway, so let's get into it. So first thing to do is to add a mesh. I'll move me over the way over it. It's to Shift A, add a mesh cylinder. Okay, go immediately down here, and we only want six vertices, and for the time being we'll have a radius of say 0.03, which is 30 millimeters, and a depth of say 300, so 0.3. So that's done. So get rid of that. Let's have a look where it is. There it is there. So we want it standing upright. So let's go to front view and press R to rotate, type in 90, and there, go back into side view. Now let's move this down into place, and that is too big, so we're going to scale it in the Y. So SY, scale it down to about there, that looks about right, and move it down. The reason I've got 6 is that on the front, if you can see, there's a radius and it's fairly straight at the sides, so that's why I've done put that in, because when we put the subsurf in, that will curve that. So go into top view now, and let's place it in the middle. Now again, that's not big enough, so we're going to scale it in the x-axis, so SX, and scale it in the x-axis to about here. Let's have a look at it, roll it over and have a look, see where we are, and that's about right. Okay, so go into edit mode, go into wireframe. Now we just want the top vertices at the moment, so press B, range select, And let's drag this down so it's just sitting under there. And likewise, let's have a look, see where the bottom vertices are. Yeah. So in edit mode again, in wireframe mode again, we'll select these bottom vertices, press 3, solid, then just move these up until we can see the end. Excellent. Okay. So from there, that's all what we want. So press Ctrl I to highlight the top ones and H to hide it. First off though, well, we can do it from here. So select that face, we don't want that face, so X, delete the face. So go back into, go into vertex select mode, and we've got our thing there. So if you just tip it to the side slightly, okay, what we're going to do is snap, I mean it's virtually on there now, but if you can see it's slightly off the surface there. Yeah, it's off the surface as you can see. So what we're going to do is snap those vertices onto the base. Okay, so tip up the wheel slightly to here. Right, and up here, go into the snapping menu. Now what we want is face. Okay, so we're snapping the vertices to the face that's underneath it. And then make sure that this is ticked, project individual elements. So tick that, okay, and come out of it. Now what you do is you press G, so press G, hold down the control key and press enter. Now if you look, there's no gap under there now, it's perfectly on the surface. Okay, so we've done that, so press Alt and H to bring that back. Go into wireframe mode. Okay, select this, so B, range select those. Okay, press Ctrl and I and hide. Okay, now go back into solid mode, and there is, tip it up so it's like that. Go into face select there, choose the face, press X and delete faces. Now go back into vertex mode, press A to select everything, and making sure that this is still face and project individual elements. Press G, Control, hold down Control, keep it held while you press the Enter key. Okay, and that affects that, so that is now joined, as you can see, to the mesh or to the object. So press Alt and H to bring everything back. But before we move on, it's vitally important to put the snap tool back to increment. Okay, so do that, else you'll have strange results if you've got vertices near an object. And from there, just to tidy this up, press Ctrl and R and add a loop cut into here. So press Tab, should have done this first probably, put a subdivision surface modifier, increase the levels viewport to 2 and the render to 3. Okay, so that's selected. Then put another loop cut in and bring that all the way to the bottom, or just off the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to apply material to it, so apply my car paint to it, Go into Object, choose Shade Smooth, and that is our first spoke. So if you have a look now, it's kind of, we might have to change the size of this to make it look better, but anyway, that's the first one. Then in the next episode we'll get an array modifier and we'll rotate this around 12 times till we've got all the spokes, and if we need to if it's moved slightly and we need to snap to that, we can do that as well, and then put the details in between the spokes. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.